Welcome to Monday Night in the Pit. My name is BBK Dragoon. This is the show where I feature your topics and responses from last time's topic, which was an AMA. You could ask me anything. We've got a lot to go, so BAM! Fire away. Shy Guy asks, what do you think your first 50 will be in? Well, I have a 49 in Infinity Slayer, so hopefully Infinity Slayer. Sever Void, another Halo YouTuber. You can check him out for more Halo content. Has a lot to say, but his question is, if I could only have one game, either StarCraft or Halo still exists, which would it be? Man, that is such a hard question, but if I'm answering, honestly, StarCraft, it wins. Yeah, thanks for the question, Void. The Josh2901 asks, what is CSR? Well, Josh, CSR is competitive skill ranking. It is what ranks you in your Halo 4 matchmaking endeavors. Thanks for the question. HoboTuber, I love that name. Okay, I gotta ask because I've been wanting to know this, if the people at 343 are even going to do this. Are they gonna put a regular Team Slayer variant in so it's not all about Infinity Slayer? I would like to have a regular Team Slayer game mode in this game, and I'm wondering if they're ever gonna do it, or if it's already planned. Would you agree that we could use a regular Team Slayer game mode? Good question. I do agree that we could use it, and Legendary Slayer comes out, I think next month. The comment section can let me know for sure, but it's supposed to be the mix between Slayer Pro and Infinity Slayer. Good question. Pat McName, do you do community game nights, and if not, would you be willing to? I have done them before. They're quite sporadic, and they're usually through my stream. You can check out my Twitch link below. As far as the regularity of them, I can't give you a date just because my schedule is pretty crazy as is. Good question, though. Epos Vox, another YouTuber you can check out. My question, can you say, Combo Breaker? Cloud7570 asks, are you accepting friend requests? Because I sent you one so we could get some games. And I'm sorry, Cloud, if Xbox didn't have the 100 friends limit, I would. But at this point, no. It's been full for quite some time. Thanks for the question. Why, asks Rising with Jordan, do you think so many people are butthurt about the ranks resetting? And what bands do you listen to? Jordan, I don't know about the people being butthurt about the ranks resetting. That sounds like a lot of fun to me to get to start over again. It's like a fresh account. The gameplays, the possibilities are endless. So I don't really know. That was from 2 months ago. I'm not sure people are as worried about it since they haven't reset ranks yet. And as far as the bands I listen to a bunch of stuff from all sorts of different genres. I love Justice. I really enjoy Daft Punk. I like Block Party. That list could go on and on. That could be an entire commentary. Sit down, discuss it over a fine meal. Which bands do you listen to? A40 Elite Assassin has a long one, but he asks, what type of computer and editing program do I use? Well, currently I have a desktop Mac. I use a Blackmagic Intensity Pro PCI card for the capturing and Final Cut Pro 7 for the editing. Good question. X873 Wireless asks, my favorite campaign mission from Halo ever. I'm going to give two of them, the Covenant from Halo 3 and Halo from Halo 3. Like the 7th and the 10th mission. Both are just incredible. Tamuncher asks, is this the real life? Or is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality. I like your thumbnail. Crash is such a sweet character. I wish they'd resurrect him in the PS4. We'll see. Diva Club asks, do you just have to do good to improve CSR in a specific playlist? It depends on the playlist, Devo. If you want, you can check out Halo 4 Beginner's Guide Part 3. It's a video on my channel where I talk a lot about CSR. Thanks for the question. Joe H97, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? Also, do you prefer it in a bowl or in a cone? My favorite flavor, Joe, this is a great question, is strawberry, and I prefer it in a cone. If you're sharing it with somebody special, then maybe a bowl, but also a cone can be good if they're extra special. Red Player, yeah. So, bananas, do you like them? Actually, no, I don't. The texture freaks me out. Thanks for the question, though. B-Stat Halo, I didn't play much Halo 3 in Reach, so what is Rumble Pit? Well, Rumble Pit, B-Stat Halo, is FFA, every man for themselves. It's Halo's version of free-for-all, basically. Good question. Nick, a lot of numbers. I want to know, what do you think Halo 4 has done better than the original trilogy, and what H4 has done worse than the original trilogy? So, good question, very difficult. It's done visuals better. This is the best connection that Halo's ever had. I really like the speed and the fluidity of it. The aiming feels great. And like I said, the hit detection is off the charts. It's amazing. If you go back to other Halos, they just don't compare to this. As far as what the original trilogy did better, well, that's such a loaded question, man. I really think they maintained more of a longer learning curve, which essentially made the game more balanced. I don't think that anybody can argue that random ordnance drops falling from the sky have been a very fair mechanic implemented in the game. Sure, it's fun, visually it's exciting, but that's a really deep question, man. Thanks for asking. Corey Raymond asked what my favorite kind of cookie is. That would be peanut butter chocolate chip, Raymond. Thank you for asking. How about yours? Honestly, I asked BBK, love your vids, but when you're in a game and it's one of those days where your shot is off and you can't seem to make any good plays, what do you do? First of all, thank you for the enjoyment on the vids. And then on those really tough days, I take a break, I play a different playlist, or I stop playing altogether, just because there are certain days where you're really off. And I had like just a few of those matches. Like earlier this week, I was playing with Smeckledorf. We were trying to do doubles, and we just got to the point where we want to go have some fun, and you'll see some of that video footage later this week of us just sort of goofing around and having a good time. So try and find the fun. If you're getting too frustrated, take a break. That's the only thing I can suggest. I mean, I just hit this wall with StarCraft where every time I get on the ladder, it's like I hit huge losing streaks, get really frustrated, and have to just stop, go do something else entirely to chill out and make sure that I'm still having fun. Good question. Big question from the Sucknat, multiple ones here. Is there anything you would do for $1 billion that you would not do for $1 million? And if so, give some examples. I've thought about this, and actually, I'd probably do a lot for $1 million, but it's all specific, so I couldn't even think of any examples. You'd have to ask me some specifics for, to give that. What are my future career goals and plans? Well, we're going to wait and see. I am graduating with a film degree, so I'm looking to go into media. I've already worked in TV and broadcast before. I work currently. I'm not just a university student. I work 2 jobs right now. Do you make any money on YouTube and anything significant? I can't talk about any of the numbers. I do make some monetary benefits by being a partner. And as far as significance, nope. I have 2 real jobs. I hope that puts it in perspective. My favorite sport, I really enjoy cycling, minus the whole doping garbage that goes along with it. And finally, you're from Canada, right? Do you plan on living anywhere else or moving somewhere? I'm not from Canada. I'm from Colorado. But do I plan on living anywhere else? We'll have to wait and see, just like that career question. A lot of good questions there, man. Fancy Envy asks, what bike do you have and how often do you ride? I currently use 2 bikes, a Specialized Enduro from 2006. That's an all-mountain bike I built up myself. I really enjoy it. It's more for the all-mountain type of stuff, so it doesn't get a whole lot of traffic because it doesn't climb very well. And then the bike that I ride primarily is a 2008 Tomac Carbide SL. It's a bike that I got from riding for the Tomac team a few years ago. It was like my first 2 years in pro. I enjoy the bike. It's getting really old, though, and I'm going to have to start saving for a new one pretty soon because it's starting to fall apart. How often do I ride? Every chance I can get. So in the summer, that's usually every day or every other day. Lots of great questions, everybody. I want to say thanks for waiting 2 months for this Monday night in the pit as we get the final kill. I know this was not like the most elite of games, but I did try my best. I hope it was entertaining. And now on for the next time's topic. Does Halo 4 need a ranked and social distinction between the playlists? Playing a lot more of the casual playlists like Action Sack and Flood, I'm finding it kind of silly that CSR is involved in those playlists. Perhaps you've taken a long break from the game, vice versa. Does Halo 4 need to go back to that ranked and social distinction? Or do you guys think it's fine as is? That is next week's topic. I know it's large, but I think we'll get some good response. Thanks for being patient. Sorry it took 2 months to get out another Monday night in the pit, but as I said, my schedule's been crazy. Hope the start of your week goes well. We'll talk with you later. I'm BBK Dragoon. Peace.